I get told every day by people on social media that I am a complete idiot. I got to be honest with you. I think they might be right. I hate to admit it, but maybe I got it all wrong. And boy, I feel like a fool. Let me explain. You see, no male in my entire family lineage had ever graduated high school, much less gone to college. So I not only graduated high school, but I went to college, graduated magna cum laude, completed my 4-year degree in 2 years and 3 months, and I paid my own way, and I finished without a penny of debt. Now, I appreciate the applause. You might think that indicates I'm pretty smart, but it really shows just how dumb I was. You see, I've been listening to Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Joe Biden, and most of the other Democrats running for president, and they want to wipe out everyone's student loans. Folks, I worked 40 hours a week and held another part-time job, took 20 hours a semester, went to classes during summer and even January break. I feel so foolish. If I just borrowed all that money to get my education, taken my sweet time to finish, enjoyed a little more of campus life and the fun stuff that I never had time for, I could have just waited to feel the burn. And then I could have let other people pay off my student loans. True, a lot of those people who would be paying off my loans didn't even get to go to college, but what the hey? They're suckers, just like me. But I say, why stop at student loans? Why not wipe out my home loan? And car loans, too. What about credit card debt and small business loans? I mean, if we can just forget one of my debts that I signed up for, agreed to pay, and intentionally made on my own, we ought to forgive them all. And that's why I feel so cheated. I could have built a bigger house, driven a Bentley, taken vacations around the world anytime I wanted, worn designer clothes, and eaten at the most expensive restaurants. And I would have gone to the most expensive college I could find instead of the small Christian college not that far from my hometown. Now, just the student loan forgiveness will cost trillions. Yes, I said trillions. But Bernie and his buddies say, don't worry, we'll just let the rich people pay for it. I got a feeling that the rich people didn't get that rich by being that stupid. They're going to hire some great attorneys and accountants, and they'll find a way to escape being robbed. And that leaves the rest of us to pay. And it means that people who paid their debts are going to be paying for the people who didn't. And the people who couldn't afford a college education that was expensive will be paying for the bratty little snots who couldn't either, but they went anyway, borrowed money they can't pay back, and somehow think it's somebody else's job to get them out of it. Hey, some of us were raised by parents who lived in poverty, but as my parents taught me, don't spend money you don't have, and don't borrow money that you can't afford to pay back. Now, in fairness, a lot of people owing big debt for school got sucked into it by high-priced universities that operate licensed theft by charging way more than their education is worth. And others got a degree in interpretive dance or holistic finger painting. And they're starting to ask, as Jed Clampett would have said, is there a big call for that? And frankly, they're discovering there isn't. So maybe let them refinance their loans and get a much better interest rate, more in keeping with the current low rates rather than the loan shark rates that they signed up for. But if some of these folks can afford the latest iPhone, lattes from Starbucks, and a Netflix subscription, maybe they can start paying off their own debt. And Bernie can peddle his socialism somewhere else. Because it's real simple, folks. I don't want America to look like Venezuela. I want it to still look like America.